E-Cushion is here. It is lesson 12 of semester 2. Holy cow, I cannot believe that we are here. Well, I can believe it because we're all dedicated to the craft and we show up and we're accountable. But it's just awesome to complete a system or a goal and feel really good about it, which I do. Thank you so much to all of you for sticking with us. Every single view, every single comment that we get, we appreciate. And we're looking to grow, so make sure that you hit subscribe, make sure that you hit the like button, and keep on coming back for more of these free lessons for all levels, all ages. Another big shout out to NGO Radio Terra for having me, and let's keep up the good vibes. So I wanted to take this last day to discuss a couple things that I guess we didn't cover in this semester. One being the awareness of note length as drummers. This right here is a quarter note. This right here can be an eighth note. This right here could be a whole note, right? And what I mean by that is if we count whole note, right? I play whole notes, half notes, eighth notes. We can't really distinguish though what the note length is when you have a sound as short as a drum sound. Obviously there's other notes or other drums in the multiple percussion drum set that ring longer. Off. 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 Right? So we could just listen to the full length of the actual tone, and that would equal a note length or multiple note lengths. And so if we start to become aware that we have to, as drummers, infer the note length in some way, shape, or form to be musical and to accommodate other instruments that we play with, like piano, bass, guitar, horns, vocals, and somehow meet their note length, which is why we play drum rolls, right? So, 2, note length. I'm going to demonstrate how we can show note length on the kale. Right? So you can see how I'm elongating certain notes and choking the cymbal, or I can make it really short and staccato while still elongating it a little bit, or really staccato, right? And that's about as staccato as you can get. So let me count for us. Whole notes. Half notes. And of course, you can still choose to dampen, or you can let it ring and just start the next beat on the 1, right? So here's the difference. So no dampen. Dampen. Right? Let's go smaller now. Right? So I'm being demonstrative, right? I wouldn't maybe necessarily play that at all if I was in a real musical context, because something else would be happening, right? But I'm just trying to show you that you can choke the cymbal. You cannot choke the cymbal. You can let it ring for 4 whole beats. You can let it ring for 2 whole beats. You can let it ring for a 16th note. All of that is useful and applied, to a musical context. But until the other musicians are in the room with you, you don't know that any of that information or any of that stuff is going to happen. So you want to learn how to just groove, and then when the time comes, open it up. So we just want to play fun, simple things while we're grooving and waiting for the next thing to happen. So yes, I was playing some breaks. Yes, I was accenting things from music I was singing to myself in my head, but I was deliberately playing less than I was demonstrating before for educational purposes. In this case, I'm sitting here thinking about, well, what would an actual song sound like in my head, and I was just making one up, while still paying attention to mainly grooving and keeping the kale going. Opening it up when I wanted to accent a longer note length than just, or whatever that sounds like to the common ear, which could just be a quarter note or a 16th note. Now, I want to preface this before we get out of this subject that this is some super nuanced stuff. This is very, very much minutia, but it is the thing that separates the professionals from the hobbyists. It's this kind of attention to detail, it's this kind of intention, attention and intention. Yes, those are two different words, right? Intention musically and attention to detail that makes us professionals. So yeah, all right. Well, how are we doing on time? All right. I wanted to discuss a couple of really fun ways that you can spice up some of your fills with 4 common variables for rhythmic variation. So let's try it like this. So I'm gonna just play a little groove, right? So you can hear me a little better. So that motion right there was called static because I kept my left hand static on the snare and I moved my right hand around the toms. So as opposed to, right? So static, I'm going to start another groove. This right here is going to be forward. Names for this, but you could call it parallel. I just call it forward. And that is both hands sort of in equal amounts in the same direction. So, right? Not, right? Just, so then there's opposite or backwards. Right? So going this way, going opposite counterclockwise. You can call it that too. So all right, so we can go this way and it's called backwards. Go this way, it's called forwards or parallel. We could go this way, right? And it's static. Static forwards or static backwards. Okay, and then there's opaque, which is going in the opposite directions simultaneously or concurrently. So right? So you can go crazy, you can get creative, and I think the important thing to do is to have fun. All right, so that's the last lesson today. We're going to be back for a third semester, and we're going to keep on bringing you guys more joy, more information, and I hope that you got something from today's lesson, as every time. If you guys have any questions, hit me up at ecussions@gmail.com.